Imagine if you sent 1,000 cold emails and 999 of them were never opened. Well, that is Google's plan for you in 2024 unless you follow the exact advice that I'm giving you in this video. Cold email is no longer as simple as spinning up a couple of domains, putting them into warm up, and then sending 15,000 emails a day. It's instead about having a robust back end structure so that you can continue sending cold emails without hassle. Now, we're going to begin by sharing a few of the sort of more simplistic strategies that a lot of people will already know about, and then we're going to get more advanced as the video continues. We're going to dive into the first spam avoidance strategy, which is advanced spin tax. Cold email spin tax is effectively the strategy of adding specific symbols and elements to a cold email script so that your cold email sending tool like Instantly or Smartlead, whatever it may be, is going to send out thousands of variations of that script to your prospects. Now, if you're already familiar with spin tax, you'll know that just going into the cold email body, changing a few words around to add some synonyms is going to be enough, right? The concern is that people are always missing out on their signatures and their subject lines. Now, remember that if you miss out on changing the subject line, the signature, or the greeting of the email, let alone the body, you're still sending thousands of similar emails, and Google and Yahoo are going to be watching you like a hawk to ban your domain. Let's say you send this cold email. Now, we've got a subject line, which is quick question, and we've got a cold email body, which is just highlighting the benefits of getting on a call with you. Now, this is obviously a problem because Google and Yahoo use the cascade method to analyze cold emails as they're being sent out to users of their platforms. The first thing they're going to look at is the subject line. The next thing they're going to look at is the cold email body, which we've typically already changed with cold email spin tax. And the final thing they're going to look at is how you sign off the email. So 2024's cold email spam avoidance strategy number 1 is to add spin tax to the less obvious part of your cold email scripts. That way, truly everything about your cold email is completely unique, even if you send tens of thousands of emails every single day. Strategy 2 involves babysitting your bounce rate. So in other words, every single time you send thousands of emails, if your bounce rate is above 2%, which is in line with the spam avoidance laws that Gmail and Yahoo are bringing in 2024, you will get penalized if that number is above 2%. And 2% is not a lot. I know you guys know basic math, but if you send 1,000 emails, you're not allowed to have a campaign where 20 of them bounce. Now, that's a massive problem because I know that some of you aren't cleaning your cold email lists before you actually send emails. Now, the first cardinal rule for getting a low bounce rate is, of course, to get your cold email lead lists from a good source. In the past year, I've analyzed over 100 cold email campaigns, and every single one that had a high bounce rate and a low reply rate, it's because the person was getting their lists from somewhere super, super unclean, like scraping Google Maps with some kind of a Python script. And you're obviously not going to get the best emails from that kind of strategy. As I've mentioned on the channel before, my favorite cold email sources include LinkedIn Sales Navigator, Apollo, OpenBase, ZoomInfo, and Seamless AI or Hunter.io. For scraping agencies, you're going to want to go to OpenBase by Response AI. For scraping e-commerce brands, you can get leads from store leads and then head over to Apollo to enrich them. And for general leads across the board, Apollo or ZoomInfo is typically your best bet. ZoomInfo is slightly more expensive. Apollo is a lot easier to handle and manage, and you're going to get a lot of leads for a lot cheaper than any other source. Now, it would be foolish for you to trust those leads as super clean once you got them from the lists. There's a few different cold email lead list sources like OpenBase by Response AI that boast verified leads as soon as you've gotten them, right? So you can obviously get the leads straight from the platform and then you don't have to clean them. But if you get it from something like Apollo or something like ZoomInfo or something like Seamless AI, you're going to have to clean those lead lists after with cold email cleaning tools like Million Verifier, Bulk Email Checker, or Scrubby. Now, once you've cleaned those leads, we still can't really trust them, but the final fail-safe is actually on behalf of your cold email sending tool like Instantly or Smartlead that have recently both put systems in place to analyze if a cold email that is about to be sent out is going to bounce. So you have one other layer of protection from bounced emails, but we can never be certain. Now, armed with all of that knowledge, I beg you not to go back to the old ways of scraping a random list from some random source, not cleaning it, and then just sending thousands of emails every single day to those addresses. 15% of them bounce, and your cold email domain is kaput. It will get burnt within less than 1 week. Cold email strategy number 3 for avoiding spam is slightly more advanced for people who are beginner cold emailers, but it's still super relevant to here in this video. If we visualize this, you might buy 20 domains. Now, when you buy those 20 domains and you have one inbox per domain, that means we have 20 inboxes. Ideally, what you're going to want to do in 2024 is rotate inboxes. Now, what I mean by that is if you have 20 domains and 20 total inboxes, you are not going to want to send from 20 inboxes at a time. Instead, be less greedy and send from 10 domains and 10 inboxes. And then after a month of sending, put those 10 inboxes back into warm up and then cycle in the 10 that you hadn't used in the previous month. This is what inbox rotation is. And it's very important for staying out of spam. The reason you're going to want to do this is because it gives all of your inboxes some breathing space. Instead of just erratically sending thousands of emails every single week, you're giving them time to recover from some of the bounces, from some of the spam flags, and from some of the blacklists, and putting them back into a safe place where they're going to get 100% deliverability from the warm-up periods. Now, this is an annoying process because I know that you just want to buy domains and shove them into a cold email tool and send thousands of emails. But in 2024, it's about longevity. It's about consistency. And if we shove our 10 domains and 20 domains, 30 domains into our cold email tools, send without worrying about inbox rotation, if all of them get burnt, you're back to the drawing board. You're back to GoDaddy, back to Pork Bun, buying 50 new domains and then trying to spin them up again, and the cycle continues. Now, the simplest way to do this is to add all of your cold email inboxes to your cold email tool like Instantly or SmartLead, and then only put 10 of them active in a campaign. The other 10 go into warm up, and you only cycle in those domains after 30 days of sending, and you retire the ones that had been sending for that month. Now, this inbox rotation strategy, paired with the robust and unbeatable advanced spin tax strategy in the last point, means that your cold emails are going to be almost bulletproof. Remember that in cold email, we're not just trying to get a response from the prospect. We're trying to beat out all of the people that are sending cold emails with similar offers to the same people. I can literally guarantee you that if you're not using these advanced strategies to keep yourself out of spam, your competitors who are selling the same offer as you are going to be using those strategies. And that's why it's literally a disservice to yourself to avoid all of this information, because you'll be sending thousands of emails into a black hole, and your competitors with worse offers, with worse case studies, and who are going to do a worse job for your potential clients, they're going to steal the business. Now, this is the catch. If you are going to follow all of this advice to a T, you are going to add advanced spin tax to your cold email scripts. You're going to clean all of your lists effectively, and you're going to rotate all of your inboxes. If you then go and send 15,000 emails in 1 month from, say, 10 domains, you are back to square one and you will burn all of your domains. So those are the 3 strategies that I'm deploying in 2024 to achieve 99% deliverability and over 80% open rates on my cold emails, no matter how far I scale them. My final tip, which I say under my breath, is of course to send less cold emails. And I don't mean send less cold emails in the grand scheme and as a whole in your system. I literally mean from each inbox, do not send hundreds of emails. Send between 15 and 25. And then if after a couple of months you see that your domains are super, super healthy, then maybe bump it up to 30 to 40. But I never go over 25 in any campaign, and I never have. And a telltale sign that you are sending too many is that you constantly get that prompt on your cold email inbox that says, please give a SMS number so that we can send you verifications so that you can get back into your account. That is literally the most obvious sign that you are sending too many cold emails from those inboxes. Now, coming this week is a complete guide on setting up your cold email domains and inboxes. There's going to be 2 strategies. We've got GoDaddy and Google Workspace, and we've got Pork Bun and Outlook. There's going to be the exact SOPs and frameworks to follow to set up cold email domains and inboxes perfectly every single time, ready for 2024. And that's why, you should like, comment, and subscribe and tune into that technical mastery module in the coming days. This has been Oliver from Response AI, and I'm excited to connect again and speak to you soon. Bye-bye.